everybody. Welcome to Conversations with Cupid. I am your host, Marla Martenson, and we're talking angels again today. I know you guys love all the magical topics and angel talk, so I've got back Steffany Barton with me. Hey, Steffany!
Yay, go Angels!
Yeah, go Angels! It's football season, but we're cheering the Angels.
Yes.
So today we're going to talk about angels and numbers. I think, you probably heard about people saying, oh, I always see 444, or I see this sequence or that sequence. And supposedly those are numbers from our angels. I personally never see any numbers like familiar numbers that I see all the time, but that could be because I flunked math about 3 times when I was a kid, and I don't like numbers. So, Steffany, tell us about numbers and angels.
Well, I like working with numbers just because we get hung up on numbers and we tend to notice numbers quite a bit. Like your weight is a number, your age is a number, your salary is a number. So we have all these connotations with numbers that aren't always real supportive.
Yeah.
But once I started communicating more freely with my angels, I discovered that numbers could be invitations or messages or communications to see things from a different point of view. So each number represents or stands for something meaningful in our lives. So the number 1 is about new beginnings. It's about becoming a leader, standing in your own power, standing on your own. So if you notice that you're seeing 111, or if you see the repeating 1, that's a clear message from your angels to stand up, to believe in yourself, and to speak your truth. And we need that nudge sometimes. Then seeing the number 2 is about partnerships. It's about bringing things together, coupling, if you will. So if you're considering whether or not it would be a good idea to hire a new trainer, and you see the number 222, that would be a message or an inspiration from your angels that it would be a good partnership, or it could be a good coming together for you. And then 3 is about expression and communication. So if you're feeling bottled up with your voice, or if you're having a difficult time trusting or believing in your creativity, seeing the number 3 would be that cue from your angels to express and create and let it out. Then 4 is about practicality. It's about creating solid structures, setting practices in order. So if you're thinking about a new yoga class, or a new diet, or a detox program, seeing 444 would be a really positive message or a sign from your angels that that system is good.
Well, I hear about 444 all the time. I think Doreen Virtue, who is also an angel lady, she talks about that 444 a lot. Is that the most popular angel number or something, or what's the deal?
The idea with the 444 is that 4 is the number that represents the angelic realm. So if you do see a lot of 4s, it means that the angels are with you, heaven on earth, so to speak.
Okay.
And it also helps you then put that spirituality into practice. Because it's one thing to sit around and talk about angels, but it's then something else to live inspired by your angels and to have that groundedness. And it's easy when we're spiritual to get kind of airy-fairy. So the 444 helps us get our feet on the ground while still keep our hearts very light. But it is the angel number for sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it is.
And so if, maybe it's good for somebody to get a book about the numbers to, because it's a lot of information to remember, numbers and what they, but I do hear about people constantly telling me the numbers that they keep seeing. So it's probably an important thing to look it up and find out what they're showing you.
It can be, but what I encourage is, first thing is to figure out if there's a personal meaning. So when I am working, oftentimes I see the number 1216. That happens to be the month and date of my birth.
Okay.
So if I looked it up in a numerology book, I'm sure I could find some kind of answer. But for me, that's a significant date. So when I see that number, it gives me that inspiration that the angels are celebrating me, or they're acknowledging me, because that's my day.
Yes.
Same is true sometimes with house numbers. if your angels are wanting you to remember a certain time in your life,
Mm-hmm.
you might see the number of the house where you lived at that age or at that time that was good in your life. So first look for the personal meaning before you go search on Google or look it
Okay.
up in a book.
Right,
That's
right,
the
because it has to
most
mean to you. And then there are numbers that like 666 you don't want to have, and 13, some buildings don't have a 13th floor, right? Or things
yes,
like
I
that.
know.
I know people who've selected their own phone numbers and had it 6666 at the end. I'm like, why would you do that? Even, I guess it's a superstition, but still, it just seems like, not right or something.
And I had one time I was buying brownies at the store and I felt kind of guilty about it and my total was 666.
Oh,
Ah! I didn't eat those brownies. Cursed
cursed
brownies.
brownies, that's right. They were going to curse your waistline, too. Cursed.
But I knew, I kind of chuckled when I heard the total because I
Yeah.
knew that was just sort of a joke that I didn't need to feel guilty about eating brownies. It
Yes,
was
I know.
just,
We women, we do that. Well, like, it's like if you're going to eat it, then enjoy it. But afterwards, like,
right,
I'll do that. I'll eat something. I'm like, why did I do it? It's like, well, and my husband will say, you just ruined the whole experience by feeling
right,
terrible about it. I said, I know, but
right,
that's just
right.
the way women are, right? Well,
Yes.
Steffany, thank you so much for sharing some tips on numbers. And anybody who wants to know more can get in touch with Steffany. We've got all the links below. Take care.
Thank you.